Hi, Maria Cullimore here, and we are going to do, I think this is now our part four. Part four, the art of consultation. Now, many of us have been in relationships for a long time, but we do not have a rule of thumb for how we're going to argue, how we're going to deal with our discussions, how we're going to handle decision making. We just wing it. And sometimes, whoever is the better bully pretty much makes all the decisions. I know this because at one point I was the better bully. Now I did not try to bully. Now I try to find, okay, well, let's find a middle ground on this. Let's discuss it, and then let's go from there. But I am a firm believer in my intuition is exceedingly wise, and so is yours. And so let us start by first asking our inner self where we would like to go and what's the goal. So let's say the goal is we're buying a car. We have to buy the best next car for the family. What does this present car do? What are going to see some of the requirements? So is practicality going to be more important than style and fashion? Because if it is it that we have an indispensable amount of cash and we can have whatever car we want? Or is this going to be the family car and it got multiple functions, and so it needs to be practical but cost effective, gas effective, and able to fit us all? Because that was a big function for me because I got 5 kids. I needed a car that could carry all 5 of us out at any given time. 5 kids and a mother, a regular friend along with us. So, I basically needed a minivan. But my car does the job. And then it has other things to do. So it's all very important, right? And we need to get into the habit of planning these things out and understanding we need to have the conversation. Now, the art of consultation is about a few points. For one, it's what is discussed is not my idea and your idea. It is a group of ideas we trying to approve. And what we're going to do is clash a bit on how we differ. But whatever comes out of that clash, that mix, that cauldron, is the best idea. And hopefully it will be a merge between your idea and mine. More than likely, it's a merge. It's somewhere you're going to influence this decision and make it richer, better, something that we both can benefit from, because always the aim is for both parties to be happy and it benefit us. I acknowledge sometimes we can get myopic and we can decide we want something so badly, and we dismiss what the other person's point on this, or you have an area of discomfort with it and you can't explain. So there also must be a grace for things I can't explain but are bothering my psyche. I leave room for that in all my arguments, in all my decisions. Sometimes I cannot put my finger on why I don't think we should make this decision, but the nag is so loud, I have to bring it up. And I need that nag to be respected, because for me, I'm a spiritual being. And spirit doesn't always explain all the funny nitty-gritty details. Spirit sometimes just want me to obey. Do I tell you and stop busting my chops? Because I always have your best interest. And so for that reason, I always say to my partners, I understand all that logic. You know what Spirit telling me right now? That ain't a good idea for me right now. That's not a safe, it's not going to work to our advantage. And so I leave room for Spirit as well. So you got to know the 2 people you're dealing with. That's not you. That's fine. If you are strictly logics and facts individual, then get your pros and your cons list and work it out. If you are let's bring it individual, and your partner doesn't mind that, and you and them just go with the moment, then that's fine, because that's what you all do. Whatever you do, but stick to the rules. Stick to having a parameter, so that even when we're both high emotions and it niggling, like it can cause a blow up, because of the rules, we have something to go back to. We have a plan and a structure that says, oh, you don't just get to do what you want and be selfish and not without the necessary penalties of You know that was inconsiderate. You knew that was wrong. I can't trust you because you don't show up for me the way we agreed to. You let your emotions get the better of you. You make bad decisions that impact me, and that's not love. So I can scold, or I can at least bring to light. I like that. And it's not something I intend to tolerate. If at that point I figure you've done this enough times, for me, for example, especially if it comes to finances, if we have a joint account and I find you breached the account once, you breached the account twice, we don't have a joint account anymore. I take my portion and I separate in our accounts because you cannot be trusted with my money. I'm not leaving you, but I am protecting you. Because at the end of the day, loving myself is a part of what makes this relationship good. When you crash your shit, you are not to take me with you because I got to worry about kids. So for that reason, I have to protect me. And it's not that I don't love you. I've warned you. I told you this is on my boundaries. If we have an agreement and you don't stick to the agreement, if you constantly breach my boundaries, if we've relooked at a situation that we weren't handling well and we revamped it and you just keep dismissing it, I didn't make that decision on my own, I made it with you, you no longer get fair play. And I say that up front so you're aware. But remember, if you're a growing, mature couple, not mature age, want to be a mature couple that gets the best out of your relationship, then you have to follow the rules. People talk about man of the house, and no, that is for maybe your religious beliefs, but I don't actually believe that because I don't actually believe gender matters. And the reason I say gender doesn't matter is because I think we are both intelligent, educated beings, and we both have something to offer to a consultation, and it is very essential that we both then get into consultation so we get the best result, that we both bring our 100%. So you want to create a safe space for me to share information with you. You must show up trustworthy and respectful, and I must show up trustworthy and respectful. And even although I might be a much more simple seeming individual, it doesn't mean that I don't have intelligence and value and that my points are not valid. So it isn't a case of you're the brighter one, you're the one that's good to find. No. Don't get into those habits of holding roles just to the point, because people get sick and then they can't do their role. And because you've been so out of it, you so don't believe you're good at it because you haven't constantly been practicing, then you don't trust yourself with it and you do an awful job. Not because you can't do a better job, or mostly because you hadn't been paying attention to how the other person was handling, and now you're starting from scratch, and now you gotta go back through that learning curve, as opposed to it always being a us job, a us discussion. Even with your friend, even if you are the major breadwinner, you still have to discuss with me what you're doing, because should you shut your eyes, I need to know how to continue what you were doing. I need to know where you've put different things. So as a result, I need to understand your system. And so it needs to be a constant discussion that, yes, you're the breadwinner, but I also help you manage that bread. And we know bread means money, but you understand? So that we don't keep leaving this, oh, all right, well, he's deal with that. No, we deal with this. We deal with all aspects because we are a partnership. And I think you're an intelligent individual. I know I'm an intelligent individual. And so together, we're always going to make the best decisions for this family because that's what we ultimately want. So for the art of consultation, let me just recap. It's not my idea or his idea. You're both entering into the pool. What is agreed upon is stuck to. Let me just say that. What is agreed upon is also stuck to. If there's any need for a variation, we have a reconsultation. There's information. Even if it's in the last moment, you explain why you changed from the original. Depending on the level of how much you have proven you're trustworthy, I can let it go and go, I'm sure you know what you're doing. Or I'm sure, because I need to get there. I need to know that. But it comes out of, we must have boundaries so we don't lose our way. Keep loving your partner and keep growing into better versions